know until now? What if I told you that the young girl who captured millions of hearts playing violin on the streets of Santa Monica has just made the biggest change of her career? And what if I told you that this change might surprise even her biggest fans? Today, we're diving deep into Karolina Protsenko's incredible 2025 journey. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one, because there are some things happening that nobody saw coming. For those of you who might be new to Karolina's story, let me paint you a picture. Imagine a little girl, barely 10 years old, standing on a busy street corner with nothing but a violin and a dream. That's how it all started for Karolina Protsenko. Born in Ukraine and raised in the United States, this young musician turned street performances into a global phenomenon that has touched the lives of millions of people around the world. But here's where things get really interesting. The year 2025 has brought some massive changes to Karolina's life and career. Changes that show us just how much she's grown. Not just as a musician, but as a person. And I have a feeling that by the end of this video, you're going to see her in a completely different light. Let's start with the biggest news that has everyone talking. In July 2025, Karolina made an announcement that shocked her fans and showed the world that she's ready to take her music to the next level. She revealed that she would be continuing her career under a new stage name, Karolina Rose. Now, you might be thinking, why would she change her name? Everyone knows her as Karolina Protsenko. But here's the thing. This change represents so much more than just a new name. When an artist decides to rebrand themselves, it's usually because they're going through a major transformation in their life and career. For Karolina, who is now 16 years old, this game change signals her evolution from a child prodigy playing covers on the street to a serious artist ready to create her own original music. The name Karolina Rose isn't just pretty. It represents a new chapter in her artistic journey. And speaking of new chapters, let's talk about what Karolina has been working on behind the scenes. If you follow her on social media, you might have noticed that her Instagram bio now reads something that will make your jaw drop. Singer, songwriter. That's right, folks. The girl who made us fall in love with her violin covers is now writing and singing her own songs. But wait, it gets even better. Karolina Rose has been working on her very first original single, and it's set to be released on August 8th, 2025. The song is called Advice, and from what we can tell, it's going to be a completely different side of Karolina that we've never seen before. This isn't just another violin performance. This is Karolina stepping into the world of pop music as a singer-songwriter. Now, let me tell you why this is such a big deal. For years, we've watched Karolina grow up in front of our eyes through her YouTube videos. We've seen her transform from a shy little girl who could barely reach the microphone to a confident teenager who commands attention with every note she plays. But this transition to being a singer-songwriter shows us that she's not content to just play other people's music forever. She has stories to tell, emotions to share, and messages to deliver through her own original creations. The fact that she's calling her debut single Advice is particularly interesting. Think about it. This is a young woman who has experienced more in her 16 years than most people do in a lifetime. She's performed for thousands of people, built a massive online following, and navigated the challenges of growing up in the public eye. She definitely has some wisdom to share, and I have a feeling this song is going to be deeply personal and incredibly powerful. let's talk about the journey that brought her to this point, because understanding where she came from makes this current transformation even more amazing. Karolina's story began in a way that most people would never expect. Her family moved to the United States when she was very young, and like many immigrant families, they faced their share of challenges. Music became not just a passion for Karolina, but a way for her family to connect with their new community and share their culture with the world. When Karolina first started performing on the streets of Santa Monica, it wasn't just about showcasing her talent. It was about survival, about making ends meet, and about following a dream, even when the future was uncertain. Those early street performances taught her something that no music school could ever teach: how to connect with people on a real, emotional level. Every person who stopped to listen to her play became part of her story. Every dollar that was dropped into her violin case was a vote of confidence in her abilities. Every smile she received from a passerby was validation that music truly is a universal language that can bring people together regardless of their background or circumstances. And then came YouTube. When Karolina's family, I started posting videos of her street performances online. They had no idea they were about to change their lives forever. The first few videos might have only gotten a few hundred views, but there was something special about watching this young girl pour her heart out through her violin that people couldn't ignore. The breakthrough came when one of her performances went viral. Suddenly, millions of people around the world were discovering Karolina's incredible talent. The comments section of her videos became a place where people shared how her music had touched their lives, helped them through difficult times, or simply brought joy to their day. But success on YouTube isn't just about having millions of views. It's about building a community. And that's exactly what Karolina did. Her channel became a place where people could escape from their daily struggles and immerse themselves in beautiful music. Parents would watch her videos with their children, showing them that with dedication and hard work, dreams really can come true. As her online following grew, so did the opportunities. Karolina started getting invited to perform at events, collaborate with other musicians, and even appear on television shows. But through it all, she remained grounded and focused on what mattered most: the music and the connection she had with her audience. Now, let's talk about what makes Karolina so special as a performer. It's not just her technical skill on the violin, although that's certainly impressive. It's not just her ability to memorize complex pieces and play them flawlessly, although that's remarkable too. What makes Karolina truly special is her ability to make every person who watches her feel like she's playing just for them. When you watch one of her performances, you can see the genuine joy on her face. You can feel the passion she has for the music. You can sense that she's not just going through the motions, she's living every note, breathing every melody, and sharing a piece of her soul with everyone who's listening. This emotional connection is what has allowed her to build such a dedicated fan base. People don't just watch her videos because she's talented. They watch because she makes them feel something. In a world where so much content feels artificial or manufactured, Karolina's authenticity shines through like a beacon. But growing up in the public eye isn't always easy, and Karolina has had to navigate challenges that most teenagers never face. Imagine trying to figure out who you are as a person while millions of people are watching your every move. Imagine dealing with the pressure of constantly creating content while also trying to focus on your education and personal development. This is where Karolina's family has played such a crucial role in her success. Her parents have worked hard to create a balance between her music career and her personal life. They've made sure she continues her education through homeschooling, which gives her the flexibility to pursue her music while still getting a well-rounded education. The decision to homeschool was probably one of the best choices her family made. It has allowed Karolina to travel for performances, spend time in the studio, working on new music, and maintain the kind of schedule that would be impossible with traditional schooling. But more importantly, it has given her the time and space to develop as an artist without the distracts, tie-ins and pressures that come with a conventional school environment. And let's talk about her family for a moment, because they've been such an important part of her journey. Her parents didn't just support her music, they made sacrifices to help her pursue her dreams. They invested in her education, drove her to performances, managed her social media accounts, and created the infrastructure that allowed her talent to flourish. Her little brother Leo has also become a part of her story. If you've been following Karolina for a while, you might remember when she created a Facebook page for Leo when he was just 2 years old. Seeing the love and pride she has for her little brother gives us a glimpse into the kind of person she is when the cameras aren't rolling, caring, family-oriented, and grounded in the values that her parents instilled in her. Now, let's talk about the business side of Karolina's success, because this is where things get really impressive. According to recent estimates, Karolina's annual income from all her various revenue streams, including YouTube, Instagram, merchandise, and live performances, is somewhere between $5 and $7 million. Let that sink in for a moment. This 16-year-old has built a multi-million-dollar brand simply by sharing her love of music with the world. But here's what's even more impressive than the money. It's how she's used her platform. Karolina hasn't just focused on entertaining people. She's used her influence to spread positivity and inspire others to pursue their own dreams. Her social media presence is consistently uplifting, and she regularly interacts with her fans in ways that make them feel valued and appreciated. The numbers tell an incredible story of growth and success. Her YouTube channel has gained hundreds of thousands of new subscribers just in the past year. Her Instagram following has grown to over 2 million people. Her Facebook page has millions of likes and hundreds of thousands of people engaging with her content regularly. But behind all these numbers are real people whose lives have been touched by her music. And now, with her transition to becoming Karolina Rose and her move into original music, we're about to see a whole new chapter of this incredible story unfold. The release of a seamless advice on August 8th isn't just the launch of a new song, it's the debut of a new artist who's ready to share her own voice with the world. Think about what this means for someone who has spent years perfecting other people's music. To write your own song requires a completely different kind of vulnerability. When you play a cover, you're interpreting someone else's emotions and experiences. When you write your own music, you're putting your own heart and soul on display for the world to judge. The fact that Karolina is ready to take this step shows incredible courage and artistic maturity. It tells us that she's not content to just be known as that girl who plays violin on the street. She wants to be recognized as a complete artist with her own unique perspective and creative vision. And let's talk about the genre she's choosing to explore. Based on what we can gather from her new website and social media presence, Karolina Rose is moving into the world of alternative synth pop. This is a far cry from the classical and contemporary covers that made her famous, and it shows just how diverse her musical interests really are. Alternative synth pop is a genre that allows for a lot of creative expression. It combines electronic elements with organic instruments, creates atmospheric soundscapes, and often features deeply personal lyrics. For someone like Karolina, who has always been able to convey emotion through her instrumental performances, this genre provides the perfect vehicle for her to express herself both musically and lyrically. The choice to base herself in Los Angeles for this new phase of her career also makes a lot of sense. LA is the heart of the music industry, and being there will give her access to world-class recording studios, experienced producers, and networking opportunities that could take her career to even greater heights. But perhaps the most exciting thing about this transformation is that we get to witness it in real time. We've been with Karolina since the beginning of her journey, and now we get to see her evolve into the artist she's always been meant to become. It's like watching your little sister grow up and achieve her dreams. Except in this case, millions of people around the world are sharing in that experience. The release of Abaya's Advice is going to be a defining moment for Karolina Rose. This song will show us whether she can successfully make the transition from cover artist to original songwriter. It will reveal whether her fan base is ready to embrace this new direction, and it will set the tone for what we can expect from her in the future. But based on everything we know about Karolina's work ethic, her talent, and her dedication to her craft, I have no doubt that Advice is going to be something special. She's never done anything halfway, and I don't expect her to start now. What's also fascinating is thinking about what advice a 16-year-old who has achieved so much success could possibly have to offer. But when you really think about it, Karolina has learned lessons that most people never learn. She's learned about perseverance, about staying true to yourself in the face of criticism, about balancing work and personal life, and about using your talents to make a positive impact on the world. She's learned about the importance of family support, about the value of hard work, and about never giving up on your dreams even when the odds seem stacked against you. She's learned about connecting with people from different cultures and backgrounds through music, and about the responsibility that comes with having a platform that reaches millions of people. These are the kinds of lessons that could benefit anyone, regardless of their age or circumstances. And if advice captures even a fraction of the wisdom that Karolina has gained through her journey, it's going to be a song that resonates with people on a very deep level. Looking ahead, it's exciting to think about what the future holds for Karolina Rose. Will Advice be the first of many original songs? Will she eventually release a full album? Will she tour as a singer-songwriter? Or will she continue to incorporate her violin into her new sound? Will she collaborate with other artists? Or will she maintain the independent spirit that has defined her career so far? These are all questions that only time will answer. But one thing is certain. Whatever Karolina Rose does next, it's going to be worth watching. She's proven time and time again that she has the talent, the drive, and the vision to succeed in whatever she sets her mind to. The transformation from Karolina Protsenko to Karolina Rose represents more than just a name change. It represents the evolution of an artist who's ready to step into her own power and share her unique voice with the world. It's a reminder that growth and change are natural parts of any artist's journey, and that sometimes the biggest risks lead to the greatest rewards. For those of us who have been following Karolina's journey from the beginning, this moment feels both exciting and bittersweet. We're excited to see what she'll create as Karolina Rose, but there's also a part of us that will miss the simplicity and innocence of those early street performances. However, that's the beauty of watching someone grow up in the public eye. You get to celebrate not just their achievements, but their personal growth and artistic evolution as well. As we wrap up this deep dive into Karolina's 2025 update, I want you to remember that behind all the success, all the millions of views, and all the impressive statistics, there's still just a 16-year-old girl who fell in love with music and decided to share that love with the world. That core essence of who she is hasn't changed, even as everything else around her has evolved. The fact that she's now ready to write and perform her own music doesn't diminish the incredible impact she's already had through her cover performance. If anything, it adds another layer to her artistic identity and gives us even more reasons to be excited about what she'll accomplish in the years to come. So mark your calendars for August 8th, because that's when we'll get our first taste of what Karolina Rose has been working on. That's when we'll hear advice and discover whether this new chapter of her journey will be as magical as everything that came before it. And based on everything we know about her talent, her work ethic, and her genuine love for music, I have a feeling we're in for something truly special. If you've enjoyed learning about Karolina's incredible journey and you're as excited as I am about her transformation into Karolina Rose, then I need you to do me a huge favor. Smash that like button to show your support for this amazing young artist. Share this video with anyone who loves music, anyone who believes in following their dreams, or anyone who could use a little inspiration in their life. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell, because we'll be following Karolina's journey closely and bringing you all the latest updates as her story continues to unfold. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next in the incredible saga of Karolina Rose.